You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show, the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave.
I'm Melissa.
And I know we have a guest. I've been promising / threatening for weeks now, but before I got one piece of business I got to take care of because I promised you last week that this was happening. So last week we talked about, a few weeks ago we talked about ethical porn, right? And then I said, well, we're going to get some more, we're going to become affiliates of some more outlets of ethical porn. And we did. We talked about Bright Desire and Frolic Me, right? So in this past week, we also got word that we are now affiliates of Erica Lust. So if you go to stuartpedasso.com, we now have a third outlet. So paying for your porn, being a good person, doing all the things, we're hooking you up. So go over there at stuartpedasso.com and we now have a third. I think that might be all I got for right now, but you know how it works. You never know. We'll figure it out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty great. We talked about it in that one show and I was like, hey, we can make this happen. We can find the ethical porn out there for people.
No question. That's
pretty great.
So, all right. So as we've been talking about, it took a few weeks because Ruby was living her best life. at least according to the internet anyway, from what I say. With us is Ruby Quinn. And I have to be honest with you, I've actually thought about this. I don't know. Is there an easy way to describe what it is you do? Like if maybe you do, if or when you have a business card, what will it say?
What is Ruby Quinn all about?
Oh, well, that's okay.
What is your business card? No, you're right.
I think, and I don't have a business card. I don't have any merch. I should get on that. But I think it would say burlesque. It would say aerial, iron jaw. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. And more, I guess.
And more.
More.
Yeah. In talking about, like, again, the only place you seem to be online, right, is Instagram, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and I also asked because in show notes, I will obviously link to your Instagram but I just didn't know if you had anything else. So yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, not at the moment. I was going to do the Playboy centerfold site that they had, but I didn't submit my ID in time. So now I have to submit all of my info again.
I didn't even know about that.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. It's an online centerfold. It's like an OnlyFans subscription thing, but yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, see, you mentioned it, so I'm gonna do this. I was gonna save this till later, till we got warmed up a little bit, but no, I'm still gonna save it. I'm still gonna wait because I can't let this go any farther without me telling you something. So
okay,
there's a reason why I reached out to you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know each other, but we have a mutual person in common.
Who?
I know, right? I know. And you and I have actually been in a room together before. Not that you would remember. I'm not expecting you to remember. Okay. So, and again,
were you introduced?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
No.
I'm like,
No,
I was like, I feel like I'm usually good at
you're not getting
remembering
this. You're not going to get this. It's okay. It's totally okay. You're not going to get this. But there's a reason why you're on my I'll say our whatever, because Stuart Pedasso's Instagram follows yours, and that's how, and there's a reason for that. You actually went to school with my daughter.
Oh God.
Right.
Long Island or Wyoming? Where?
College.
College. Okay, cool. Okay. I was like, oh God.
She's been, it's totally cool. She's been on the show and she's done like voice bits for us. And so that's
awesome.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
She is pretty awesome.
Who's your daughter?
I'm going to, just because again, I'm trying to be I want to stay with Ruby Quinn, and I don't want to slip up, right? So
Okay.
I'm just throwing her name in the chat.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God. No way.
So here's what happened.
So you do know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, you knew she would know.
Oh, I knew
that's
you would know.
fabulous.
So here's the thing. So I go down. I go down, and actually, I would go. My wife couldn't do it as much because of her work schedule. But whenever Julie would have something that she would tell us about anyway, I would drive the 6 hours down, and I would go see what it is. Right.
Yeah.
So we went down for the freshman showcase.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So do you see where I'm going with this now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
Your face, you're like, oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, I get with your face, but it stood out. Okay. I mean, look, dude, that's like, someone comes out in a fucking suitcase. That kind of, stands out. That to me anyway.
Oh my, wait, that was my either junior or senior showcase. Yeah. They carried me out in a suitcase, but no one knew I was in a suitcase.
Yes.
And then I popped out of the suitcase and
did.
made like a dance object comp with it.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Cool.
I almost forgot about that.
Oh, I will not. That's burned in my brain because it was the element of surprise. And it's so look, I'm going to admit something that not about you, but I'm going to admit something that I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. So my daughter goes away to college, and I'm trying not to be that hovering, the helicopter parent kind of thing. And so I was like, okay, here's what I'll do. And I've got this Stuart Badasso thing, and there's no actual person named Stuart. And so I'm just going to like kind of in a gentle way, not in a weird, creepy way, I hope, just follow some of her friends or some people who I've met. And just kind of, so if my kid shows up like, oh, here's Julia, like not wearing her seatbelt, I'll be like, I can text her and say, wear your seatbelt, damn it, that kind of thing, right? I know, okay, you're looking at me like I'm nuts, but I swear, it was with a good heart, and she will vouch for me that I'm actually okay. Yes, that I'm okay. So, just honestly, you stood out in my head as one of the friends, so I found your profile online, and so I've been there. It's not like I go and check what you're doing every day, but when you finished school, I assume, and you started doing these things down in New York, dude, whenever I go to Stuart's Instagram, you are always right there. You are prolific. I say that as a compliment.
That's admirable, because I'm terrible about being on top of that shit.
It's what you do.
Yeah, and I'm terrible about it.
We have people on this pod, and I've been, like I said, we've been doing this show for 15 years. And so it's like, oh my God, how would I not ask you to come on? Because of the stuff you do is just so amazing and interesting that of course we got to have you on. So I wouldn't know that you existed if it wasn't for
taking care of your daughter through your...
Well, the fact that you went to the same school. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, and again, like all her other friends, I barely see anymore on any of the feeds for the most part. And that's fine.
Yeah. I totally switched. I switched I don't use my personal account to promote any of my work anymore. Like I have a completely different platform, because I feel like I came from a very conservative family. So I really was trying to hide a lot of that portion of my life, and had a lot of those people blocked so they couldn't find me.
That's tough.
And now it's kind of funny, because I'm like, well, I do kind of cross-pollinate between the two, but not really. Like, so my personal one is kind of like dying, and I'm like, but like I still like having it, because it connects me with like people from my high school aren't going to message me on my Ruby Quinn account.
Sure.
Usually they're only messaging me on my first, but I'm like, somehow I'm performing there, so you must follow Ruby. I don't know. It's kind of funny though. But yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, from your perspective, is that a big deal that folks back home are following or know what you're?
I mean,
or their problem, not yours.
It's it feels like their problem, not mine. It's just like when my, it just caused so much tension with my family. Like my mom, like I love her to death, but she like worries so much. I'm her only kid. Like,
oh yeah.
Like she, in her mind, burlesque is like stripping. And nothing wrong with stripping. I was a stripper and still am a stripper, you know, and like there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like but like she's grown a lot. Like this last time she was here, she went out to a lot of the clubs with me.
Yeah, I think I
Oh,
saw
that's
that.
wonderful.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
That's actually really nice.
It was really healing because for the longest time, like for the first time I took her out to a show, she like walked out, which was a moment.
Oh, that's tough.
But this last time she came with my partner and I and saw our show, and I think she was a little scared at first, but then she just realizes, yeah, we're all just people. We're maybe wearing less clothes, that's okay. But like everyone's so kind back there. Like you don't meet people in nightlife. You meet some, but it's really rare that you meet people in nightlife who are just mean, you know?
Mhm.
It doesn't, because everyone else is like so stigmatizes this kind of work, so people don't treat people in this world very well. So we're all just so nice to each other because these are our work people. We know. So
That's really, I don't know. I think I have to say kind of some kudos to your, I mean, I'm a mom. I mean, my son's 23 but I'm a much more open-minded mom than a lot of moms probably, but I'm still just going to give you I'm going to give some kudos to your mom on that because it's probably really hard for her. You know, I mean, I only have one child too, and I'm like, oh my, you want everything for your kid. You want them to be happy. You want everything, and you don't want to worry about them. And I'm sure she worries about you anyway.
of course.
And then of course she might be thinking, oh, if she's partially naked, people are gonna try things or do, and she didn't know that the people that surround you are actually really kind and nice and stuff.
Yeah,
so, but that's really brave of her to do. I commend your mom on that.
Yeah, I think I think she wanted to see it for herself. And then honestly, like when you see a mom in nightlife or like a parent, like it's usually moms. I've never really seen a dad like in a nightlife space.
Rarely, yeah. I used to work in nightclubs and stuff. It's true. You rarely see, mostly moms.
Yeah,
okay,
so
but
funny.
I can speak to that, and it's the kind of conversation we've had before.
I would hang out with your dad in a nightclub though. Dave's dad is pretty cool. I like Brian.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes I did have one of my friends. One time he brought his. It was actually the same day my mom came and walked out of the show for the first time. He was my roommate at the time, and he brought his dad. His dad was having the best time.
Aw, cute.
Money, like he was living his best life. But
That's cute.
yeah, but no, I think it was like when she actually saw how much like the managers care for you, the dancers care for you, like you're so protected. Like people, I think that really just brought a lot of peace to her. And so I'm really glad she did it. Like makes me so happy that now we can actually talk about work because we used to not be able to at all because it was so terrifying to her. And now I get
How long
to
ago was this? How long ago did that happen?
I started doing burlesque.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I meant like I mean we could talk about that too. I just meant like when did your mom how long it was your mom? Did she see you and she was like cool?
In June.
Oh, okay, so it's pretty new then.
Oh yeah,
cute.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
How long have you been doing burlesque?
Like a little over 2 years now.
How did that? So, I want to say this in the way I mean. How did that happen? How does one get started? And you can't just walk in and go, "Hey, I'm ready to go dance on
Take my
stage."
clothes off.
Well, okay, yeah, that too.
You probably got to. You got to be a little bit of you like to put yourself out there and stuff. I imagine.
Well, okay. All right. Again, I'm trying not to go too much your personal stuff, but again, obviously in school you were on stage, kind of thing. So
yeah. Oh yeah. I had been working professionally as like a chorus line dancer since I was like 16.
Oh, cool.
So I would like I would take off school basically for like 2 months, and I'd be doing it like in rehearsals and things and like doing the shows for like summer and fall season. And then in college it was, musical theater. Was my major. And then when I graduated, one of the people in my class, they go by the name Paris Lahomie. They started. Yes. Wait, hold on. I have a picture of them.
Do you know this person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
This is the two of us.
I think I've probably seen that picture before.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
They're so cute. They're like my drag sister, but
Yep.
Oh, they're cute.
they started a drag house, and it was like right after 2020, or it was 2021. So it's the summer, everyone's like starting to do things outside, and it was their birthday, and they asked me to perform for them. Oh, also, disclaimer, I was stripping during the panini press because I I was a bartender, so New York shut down, and then they shut down again in the winter. So I didn't have unemployment because the job that I was at did not file me. Anyway, so I was making absolutely no income living in New York. I was freaking out. So I started stripping, doing bachelor parties. So fast forward, it's my friend's birthday. It's June. They're like, do you want to perform? I'm like, sure. And they're like, you should do burlesque. And I was like, okay, sure. And I did it. And that was my first performance. And then I was going to go do a summer, summer Renaissance festival upstate that I had auditioned for a year ago, like in 2020.
Was it Sterling?
Yes.
I've been there so many times.
Yeah, I was so
Sterling.
excited.
Yeah.
I would have loved to live in the woods and,
Yeah, it's really beautiful up there. Yeah.
Yeah, they were gonna have me do like sorry, excuse me. They were gonna have me do I was stage combat certified, so they were gonna have me do like a bunch of like sword fighting.
Oh my God, how much fun!
Oh my gosh,
Can we talk about that for a second? I wasn't playing. That's really cool though.
That you have that experience.
Okay, I still do it to this day. So when Julia told us that she got stage combat certified, okay, the layperson, I have no idea what the fuck that means. That just sounded like the funniest damn thing I'd ever heard.
It's so
badass, I think.
It's like, so, and I wanted to like go deeper into it, but there's a whole, it's basically you just learn how to correctly like fight on stage that makes it look real. So like there's the falls, and you have the sword play, and then you have like actual hand to hand. It's a whole bunch of things.
Jesus, throwing us some sex toys. I might have seen that porn.
Yeah,
it's out there, I'm sure.
It's out there.
I've
heard.
Sorry. All right.
No,
almost done. But so I was going to go do that festival that summer. But then after I did the birthday show with my friend, I was like, I saw an audition for this queer women's troupe. And I was like, for burlesque. And I was like, I'm going to try it. And I tried it and I got in. And then I was like, I'm not going to leave New York for the summer. I think I'm going to stay and try and see what happens. And then it just started.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. A queer women's group. Oh my God, I love that.
It's called Honey Burlesque.
Love that. Love it. Love it. So that's what you do now. So that's what you're doing now.
That's one of the companies I work for.
One of the things you're doing now.
No, again, as the gentle stalker that I am, I really pretty much the only social media I go on for the most part is Stuart's for the show. And like I have my own of everything because of
you don't go. You don't use it that much.
When I used to be more public in my activism, like I've run for office and I've been arrested and all that kind of jazz. I've used it for that. I've used my personal stuff for that, but I don't do it as public as much anymore, my activism. So I don't tend to use those things. So usually if I'm on any kind of social media, it's doing stuff for this show, this podcast, because we also do an internet radio station and some other stuff as well. So that's really where I gear toward. So, I mean, looking at that kind of, you do so that was my original question. Why, like, how would you describe what you do? Because it seems like there's something in a different vein almost
everywhere.
Every week. You just came back from Exotica.
Oh yeah, that was so much fun. Yeah.
Ooh, let me hear. Oh, I want to hear about that.
So we this past spring, we actually had a table.
No way.
At the I wish at Exotica at the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival.
Cool.
So we had this whole thing set up, and we like anybody would pass by, we would be like, "Hey, you want to talk on our podcast?" And just over 2 days, we got enough material for literally 3 shows, 3 podcasts.
Yeah, we didn't have to have a show for like several weeks.
Yeah,
we had so
So,
many.
I
Oh,
mean,
great.
when I-
Yeah, you're like homework done.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, no, someone had to edit it.
Yeah, I didn't have to do shit. Yeah,
No, I had to edit it, but
Love that.
it was a good work.
it
good
was
work.
fun.
But when I saw that, when I saw that you were there, it made me, man, if we had a table at Exotica, holy shit. I don't know.
Be so
It was
cool.
my, it was my first time. They had invited me last year, but I wasn't able to go. So this year was my first time, and it was so fun. Like I had a great time. And then my boyfriend came on the second day or last day, and that was so fun. Like walking around. Like I wish I had more time to go to the booths and see everything, because honestly, we're just working. They're like, okay,
Mhm.
you go sit on the teeter-totter with the dicks. Now you go to the polls, and now you go to. It's fun. We have so many
Mhm.
different stations, but they mostly had me dancing because I am the kind of person, I've always been like this. Like, I can't really make eye contact with creepy dudes. I'd rather just like dance. I'll be in my own world, having the best time. And if I get $1, amazing. But I can't be making eye contact with people. Come give me $1, you know? It's just, I can't do it.
You sound like, to me, honestly, you sound like more like a performance artist than, I mean, if I was going to put you in a category, I almost feel like you're a performance artist.
And
which I think is pretty great.
And I did like, I feel like I learned so much in the strip world and strip club, but I was always having like the thing, you know, my first boss, oh God, my first boss was like, you know, you got to look him in the eyes. You got to, and I could just never do it. I was just like, ah.
Not everybody's comfortable with looking people in the eye. It's
or like different things. But it was like, for me, I was like, no, I just want to dance and I just want to make money dancing.
So if they pay me, it's great. So you didn't have to do lap dances or anything, did you?
Oh, no.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, no. I feel like,
yeah.
They actually don't even let you do that there.
Oh, that's cool.
At Exotica, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I was just saying it like where you were stripping at other places.
Oh, yes. I did lap dances. Yes. I sure did. I
would feel awkward. Like, I love dancing, and I think I almost feel, not that I'm not saying I could be a stripper, but I don't think I have the skills for that, nearly as good as skills for that. But I can see the point of just like having a good time dancing and not like, can I just dance? And I don't want to go on your lap. Can I just get what I get from dancing and not do anything?
Yeah, I think there's like a bunch of different kind of like, you know, girls in the strip clubs or humans in the strip club. You know, I think some people are really good at like the person to person, like, oh, I'll be your therapist. Like, tell me about how awful your wife is, like, you know, whatever it is. And some people are like, no, I'm going to be the person who dances on stage and makes so much money from their stage set. And then I chill until I go on stage next.
Yeah, I would probably be more likely that person.
Right. It's different for everyone.
You know, Melissa, if you started doing that, I'd feel obligated to go and throw money.
Right?
Yeah, I would. I mean, at 51 and
really
all my
friends,
issues,
it would be really awkward.
I mean, that would be weird. But I mean, I would accept it. But it would be. I'm too old now, and I would break a hip.
Well, okay. Look, Grandma, I understand. Okay, can you just stay with my hypothetical situation here? I'm saying I would feel obligated to go.
That
like I would feel awkward. Like, hey, how come you haven't come see me strip yet? And I'd be like, oh,
you're my friend. That's weird.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'd want to support my friend.
Thank you.
But I would the bills I would fold into a paper airplane and throw it just to be.
Oh, that was my favorite. Like
do you love that?
No, I've had customers that will give me origami bills.
Oh, I love that.
I can't do origami. I can't do origami. Sorry, I have to
that
practice.
Fun.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna have somebody put a dollar in your thing.
It's a bat.
Holy shit!
It's a bat. How cute is that?
I love bats.
Oh, it's a bat.
I love fucking bats.
Are we gonna get into this?
I love
You gonna
bats.
start this with me?
Yeah, Dave is absolutely terrified of bats. I love bats so
have a
much. I
phobia.
really
It is
want
a
to.
phobia.
Yeah, I want a bat tattoo.
We've talked about this on the
Ooh.
show. It's
A
an
bat
absolute
tattoo.
phobia.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
But I
one.
get that. I'm the same way about snakes. I'm like,
Yeah, I like those too.
Well, those are just bats without wings. Those are just slimy bats. So yeah,
Slimy.
are you really gonna start this with me now? Okay. Anyway, so let's stay with the more sexy stuff, not the bats and the snakes, please.
right. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. Oh, jeez. No, so all right, so the people who run Exotica contacted you and asked you.
No, I reached
Okay.
out through like a link. It was like, dancers wanted, and then I was just
Oh,
like,
all right.
Mhm.
No, because I mean, again, I don't know if I'm just a humble teacher. I don't have a lot of disposable cash laying around. But I mean, like, I would assume to have a booth or something, you would be paying quite a bit. I would assume, and I
would think so.
Yeah,
At a place like that, that's
Right.
probably our
Yeah.
booth price at the thing we were
The
at was
Rochester
probably
Erotic-
nothing
yeah,
like that.
The Rochester
Yeah.
Erotic Arts Festival, it cost me like less than $200. I'm pretty sure this is going to be way more. than
Yeah.
that.
Plus, we wouldn't have to take a plane there or anything.
Well, yeah, you were
We
in
drove.
New Jersey, right? Right, Ruby?
Oh yeah, we were in Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey.
Oh, I thought this was in Las Vegas.
No, well, Exotica's not in one place. They do it in different places.
Ruby, am I wrong? Were you in Vegas recently though?
I was in Vegas. Yes, my partner and I, we were going out there to look at a contract because one of the shows had asked us to join, so we went out there to check out the contract and everything. It ended up not working out. They were super shady. They were trying to change the contract last minute, and it was really sad.
No, it's a bummer.
Yeah, but it was fun. Like, it was so cool to go and get inspired by all the circus. Like, that world is still like very new and very fresh to me. So I feel like most of the times when I see something, it's for the first time. And I'm like, it's like so cool we were in the training space for like 2 days and we saw like, me personally, I was like, oh my gosh, like seeing these crazy strong people, like, doing these crazy feats on 11 o'clock on a Monday or, and then we saw so many shows, like it was just so fun to go. We had a fun time.
Yeah, so let's get into that. The thing is a good time because with the stuff you said started in terms of burlesque and stripping and that kind of thing, and I don't know if it was the same time or earlier, and because I know some other folks who have done aerial arts as well.
So, aerial, yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot you said that.
Yeah.
Aerial arts is so fucking cool. I'm really impressed by that.
Yeah. So I mean, just in terms of watching your online stuff, that seemed to be relatively new, but I don't know if you've done that before that. So how did that end up happening? Because that's some. I would be dead.
Yeah, we're not coordinated.
I honestly started because my partner who now I'm living with, I guess
I've seen him walk by. He's more than welcome to come on and say hi. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's more than welcome to. I don't know.
Baby. Maybe he has his head canceling.
Well, that's fine.
That's
I'm just saying. He doesn't
can
have to
welcome
shy away.
come on if he wants to say hi.
While you do that, I'm getting another beer.
Oh, well, you don't
Grab you one too.
If you have, just come over and say hi whenever. Like, I don't have clothes. Oh, yeah, this is him.
Hi.
Hi.
This is
Good to see you.
Amadeus.
Hello.
Melissa.
I feel like I know you from Instagram.
Thank you.
Yeah, but no. So
we're talking about Vegas.
So he's responsible for getting you hanging off of like big hoops and stuff.
That
yeah,
was me.
100%. Wait, I'll show you the studio a little bit.
Wait, does he do that too?
Oh
Does
yeah,
he
no,
do-
they have an act
He
together.
taught me.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
I sent
is
you
the
the link.
studio.
I know.
Okay.
there's like 2 separate points.
Holy shit! It's in your apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He.
Oh my god.
Wow, you guys are so fucking cool.
That's okay. That's
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so he's trying to record like a Strapspedia, like a Straps Wikipedia page. But yeah, so I honestly started because when we started seeing each other, he was teaching classes every day. And I have never tried aerial before, but I was like, I want to try. So I would just like put my hands in the things and dangle and not doing anything. But then I think he actually taught me for the first time because he does jaw hanging and he had me try it. And
Are you reading my notes? I swear to God, you keep saying things right before I'm ready to ask. But go ahead, I'm sorry. Keep going.
but he had his mouthpiece up and he's like, "Do you want to try it?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I guess.
And the first time I almost took my hands off, but it's fucking scary. But then the second time I took my hands off and then we started taking classes. It's actually kind of embarrassing because the first time I thought I was going to be really sexy. So I was just wearing my lingerie. And I was in so much pain.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the hardest workout I've ever done. I was in so much pain. I was like, what?
Yeah,
but I loved it. I was
you
like,
were sexy, so who cares?
no, it was not sexy.
Oh.
No, I think that's the point. It's like she thought it was going to be sexy, and it was not sexy.
It was not sexy. I was sweating my ass off. I was red. I was like, okay, keep your cool. I'm like, you're trying to trick.
I'm sorry, but that's a.
But no, now like yeah. So he's taught me all the aerial stuff. Within
That's so cool.
Started dating.
So,
yeah, and now we have an act together.
You have to. I'm just assuming that anybody who sees your act for the first time or finds out that you're doing that, it's got to be the first question about the teeth thing, like hanging by your mouth.
Oh my God.
It has.
People are like, aren't you worrying about your teeth? Aren't you?
Well, okay, I know I'm not in that case. I assume obviously there's some, I don't want to call it a trick. There's a technique. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a technique, right?
Honestly, the thing is there's no trick to it. Like it's literally just, I can grab the mouthpiece and show you. Sorry, I know I keep like bringing things back. It's like show and tell.
We do whatever. Anybody, the tens of people who listen to the show know that we do this all the time. So don't,
I'm getting the piece for the show and tell.
All right.
All right, listeners, we're going to see it. You're not going to see it, but you can look it up on the internet. It's totally fine. Look up aerial jaw mouthpiece. You'll be fine.
You'll figure out exactly what they're.
And don't use Google. Use something like DuckDuckGo because fuck Google. That's
DuckDuckGo. So most of the time, you're not going to find images of it online, anyways, because it's a secret. Like it's like
Okay.
All right, well, don't do it then.
No, it's fine. But there's not going to be like. Maybe there's pictures up here, but this is just for you guys.
Cool.
So this is my mouthpiece.
Oh,
what the hell?
Interesting.
It has lipstick all over it because it's mine.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just there's no trick to it. It's leather. I have to wash
it. Looks like leather.
Yep. I have to wash it every I don't know, probably every week after I use it, like for a weekend of shows, and it's just
week. I would have said like every 3 minutes.
Okay. And you just hang from it and it's fine.
Yep. And then this is Amadeus's mouthpiece. We had a saddle maker in Wyoming. I'm from there. Make his piece because his piece was old. And so his kind of looks like this.
Interesting.
But we've been
really interesting.
Yeah, we've been using these pieces for the same amount of time. So it's kind of funny to see how much the leather impacts the bite.
God damn it. It looks like you could, if you had to, just make one out of a belt.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, the measurements are so specific. Like it was taking a really long time to get the pieces from Wyoming because the measurements have to be so specific.
Yeah, I'm like, that is like your exact mouth on that piece of leather, right?
Yeah, but there's, so in Vegas, I saw a mouth hanger using they made a piece from a dental, their family was dental orthopedics or something.
That's what I assumed.
And their family made them one that literally was like one you would bite onto, and that kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh, that's your teeth suctioning into that.
I'm so confused that you would, but you have to bite onto it, right? You wouldn't hang.
Yeah, but it looks like a retainer kind of thing that.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah. As someone back in the Stone Age who had braces, yes, I understand. I know what you're saying.
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One time I ripped out my bottom retainer doing this. That was kind of
Ooh.
freaky. I was
What?
like,
Do it? You still had a retainer? You were doing that?
I have a bottom retainer,
Oh,
and I didn't think it was. And one day it just went boom.
yeah. At
I
least.
thought, and it was during a rehearsal, so I'm like looking at Amadeus like this, like trying to like like see if anything's wrong with my teeth. I'm like,
Look how cute I am. Look at that.
yeah, and he's like looking. He's like, I know something's up, but I don't know what's up. So we're just like looking at each other like this in our rehearsal. But
I apologize.
Adorable.
I'm going to be that person. You just said people ask you that stupid ass question all the time. I'm going to.
no, it's fine.
No, but I mean, like, seriously, when you're hanging by your teeth, I mean, it doesn't feel like something's not normal. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. I don't.
I'll have sometimes like especially in the beginning, I would have really intrusive thoughts like come into my head. Like I'd be like,
Yeah.
what am I doing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The other day I had this thought, like it literally sometimes I don't know what I might have taken, I might have smoked a little too soon before this show. So maybe that's why I had that thought. But I had the mouthpiece in my mouth and I was like, why can I feel my tongue move? Have I always been able to feel it move? Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
sounds
look, I'm not-
familiar.
I'm not an expert. Yeah, but you did.
Yeah, but it was like sometimes I'll just have really intrusive thoughts that are like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? But it gets better and you just don't let go. Your jaw is this like strongest muscle in your body per square inch.
That's what I was going to guess. Like, we probably don't even understand how strong our jaws are. That was my guess. Like, it's probably really strong. We just didn't realize it.
Well, as someone who's tried to open shit with their teeth, I don't know. Maybe mine are just a little weaker.
Oh yeah, don't do that though. That's like
enamel.
we're not over here opening things with our teeth. Believe.
Well, no, you're a professional. You better not. That you got. It's like protecting your hand if you're something you do a pianist or something.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I mean, just think about all the other things you see, like other people do, like people who do like swallowing fire eaters and all that kind of stuff. Like the human body can actually withstand a lot of shit. It's pretty amazing if you think about it.
I want to swallow a sword one day so bad. Like,
oh, it looks so cool. People that do it, it's pretty badass.
And I love, like, I've been hearing about it backstage. Like, I kitten at one of these like a venue out here, and so like I hear like how people are doing it and what they need to do, and I'm like, I know what I need to do, and I guess I just need to start doing it. And it sounds fucking painful, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess that's just it.
9 times out of 10, when somebody says something like, I want to try or I want to do, I'm kind of, and Melissa can attest to this. I'm not a serial networker, but I like to think that I know people and I'm very curious about things and I talk to folks. But yeah, I can't even help you with sword swallowing. I'm good.
Yeah, I got my contacts.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't even. I love to be the person that says, hey, I can help you with that. I know somebody. I like to be that person. I don't like to actually do it. I like to say that I know someone. Yeah, I got nothing for sword swallowing.
No, that's
sorry.
Well, my mom, I mean, many years ago, she dated a guy that used to work at the Renaissance Fair in Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
He was Scully the Pirate. He was one of the guys that did. No, that was his name. He was Scully the Pirate, and he used to be the person. He was one of the people in charge of the wench auction.
Oh my gosh, that was another part of the contract they wanted me to do. They wanted to be a wench.
So because he knew me and because he was dating my mom, I went there one time and he totally picked me out of the crowd to be one of the wenches to sell. I was like, oh my God, you're just doing this because you're dating my mom, but whatever.
Yeah, you're like, stop sucking ass.
Suck it up to me, dude. I mean, yeah, all right, I guess. I mean, you look like a pirate, so you're whatever.
Wait a minute. He thought that was going to be a suck up move?
Totally a suck up move.
He was a wench?
Well, it's just a joke. It's not a real. I mean, nobody.
I know it's
it's silly stuff.
Okay.
It's silly.
Okay, we have met people who would be totally offended by that. You know that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's fine.
It wasn't that serious.
All right. Oh, I would totally do that to my daughter.
I mean,
I would
listen
kill
to
her ass in a second. If we were at the restaurant, fuck, she knows I would too.
back in my cute days, I got sold in the wench auction a couple times. I won't lie. Back in my younger cute days. I don't know. I haven't been to the Renaissance Fair in like 13 years.
We could get a few shekels for you, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
sure. No, I'm too saucy. I'm too sassy now.
Oh yeah, no. Well, you'd be a saucy wench.
It would be
That's fine. I think that goes extra. You get extra for that.
saucy wenches.
I'm pretty sure. All right, let me ask you the
You're a saucy
question
wench.
at the beginning that I was saving for later. It's totally not connected, but let me just check so I can check this off. I have a list. I'm like checking things off. So do me a favor and finish this sentence, if that's okay. I know it starts corny, but if you had $1 for every time somebody asked you if you had an OnlyFans page, how much money would you have?
I would have a lot of dollars.
I figured. That's what I figured. Okay.
And I was gonna do it with the Playboy site, but then I don't know. I just didn't send in my shit on time. And I don't know. I know it would be like a nice residual income, but like I just would like to do it with, I already had my heart set on doing it with Playboy, and then I had it and then it was gone. So I just want to have like a nice little organization that takes care of me. So I don't
blame you.
Need a manager.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, because I don't. Yeah.
You wanted to do the easy. I mean, the easy part that was the easy part. I'm guessing
that was the easy part. Yeah, I just want to have someone that promotes my stuff. I don't want to be promoting my stuff.
I get you.
I will bet you there are some people you went to college with who could use the work. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, listen, I have thought about having an OnlyFans for so long, but I honestly don't really like making content. I don't like doing it. My partner is so good at it. Like he that's his passion. He loves doing it. So like I've been doing it more and getting more practice, and like it always helps with work, but I'm like I just don't want to do it for.
Well, does he have an OnlyFans?
No, but we've talked about having one together.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I was going to say, if he had one, then I'm guessing you could learn from him. But maybe you guys could have one together.
And I mean this. I'm trying. Oh God, I hope this doesn't sound like creepy stepdad kind of thing. But seriously, if you guys do, we will totally send out links. Just let me know.
Oh, appreciate it. If anything changes, or if Playboy gets back to me,
absolutely, no. Anything we can do, absolutely. I mean, again, like I said, tens of listeners. Well, I
asked this from somebody on the internet the other day. One of my friends on the Facebooks, about OnlyFans. I've never even been on it. I don't really know anything about it. Is it only like sexual nature things, or is there other stuff on it?
No,
I couldn't get an honest answer from my friend.
No, but that's, to my understanding, that's really where the big money is. That's where they make most of their.
You can do whatever you want. Like if I had an OnlyFans page, like it's gonna be like just pictures of me nude. Like I just don't, I'm just not really.
But can you do like what? Okay, so I'm just gonna give you an example. I really I make art. What if I wanted to go on there and just post my art?
I don't think you'd make money.
Okay, that's what it's for.
You could.
No, but that's what. Okay, so thank you. I mean, that's kind of what I was wondering. Like, what is it for?
We've had a million times, and one of
explicit content that can't be sold on like you can't advertise an explicit photo on Instagram. You can't have
right.
So it needs to be through there.
And so it's for that type of thing because you can't do it on Instagram.
And
because it needs to be age verified.
Yeah, we've had this conversation. Sex sells. I mean, it's. Well,
I mean, I get it. I mean, I like sex. I get it.
Well, I was gonna say, we're totally sex positive on the show and in real life kind of thing. But I mean, obviously, it draws people as well. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's like a double thing. Like we're promoting it,
Right.
the idea of positive sexuality, but it also draws people in. That's why we went from Betamax to VCR. Sorry, we're being old now. To
wow.
the internet and a lot of these technological advances are based on.
Well, I was wondering
sex.
only because my Facebook friend who posted about, he was like, "Hey, if any of my friends here are on OnlyFans, let me promote you. I'd be happy to post you on my." But this friend of mine is a DJ, so it's like he's probably not on, like nobody. He's not going to be on there like just playing music, right?
If he's naked, maybe.
I don't think he's naked.
Nobody could, but he just wouldn't have as many.
Okay, so if somebody was on there, like if they were naked and playing music, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So technically,
they were not being honest with me when I asked questions.
no, but technically, Stuart Badasso
Mhm.
has an OnlyFans page. But we got to that age, like you were talking about, that age verification thing, and there was this weird glitch, and it just kept really getting frustrating. And I just said, "Fuck it." So we still have it. It's there. I actually got to post one show and the audio from one show, but then they wanted all of these hoops to jump through, and I just, like you said, I just didn't think it was going to be worth it. But it's still there. Someone can go on to OnlyFans and find Stuart Badasso and listen to that one show.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so I just assumed that. I wanted to ask that because that thought popped in my head. I just assume that's like the thing now. When someone's trying to be kind of semi weird and creepy, they just go, "Hey, you got to have an OnlyFans page, right?" And I just assumed assholes got to ask you that all the time. I just made the assumption. But
I'm sure.
like you said,
I'm just like, no, but
No.
you can tip me now.
yeah, right. Yeah, you can tell me now.
You can give me some money right now, though. Hey, I'm right in front of your face.
All right.
Yeah, nothing like live theater.
All right. Here comes the question. I know you know it's coming. Why do you hate watermelons? What did they do to you?
Oh,
You come on. You didn't know this was coming? You didn't know?
Oh my God, I love watermelon.
She hates them. She kills them on
I
stage
love them.
for money. She's an assassin for hire in the watermelon community.
Performance art. I dig it.
yeah, I actually did have watermelon for breakfast today. This is the first watermelon I've had in a minute because no one has been requesting the act recently because it's, starting to be
Oh,
fall.
that's by request?
Oh, I do that act by request. Yeah. People ask for that act now. all
Oh,
the
I just
time.
thought you have this thing about watermelons that I'm just
No. I just started doing the act for House of. Well, so the first time I did the act was.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny. Can you actually explain what?
Yeah, I was gonna. What is the act?
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
what this
I was being
is.
funny, but
Oh
can you-
gosh. I squeeze a watermelon with my thighs on
Awesome.
stage, and I have people eat from the watermelon from between my legs.
Fabulous.
And it's like a 80s inspired, like it's to let's get physical. So I have like a basketball that I'm on, and I have like a bunch of workout toys.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that explains that.
That sounds really funny. I enjoy that.
Oh, that explains the headband.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's my
I get it now. Okay.
workout inspired. Yeah. But the act started like a year or yeah, actually that's so funny. I had been doing the act for a year, but with no watermelon and no exercise ball. I just did like a big water pour at the end. And then for House of Yes, they were like, okay, let's figure out what we want to do for your act. Because it was my first time performing there. Because we were going to do, our aerial duo. And then they wanted me to have my own number. And they're like, what a crazy thing. Like her, Anya is the director over there. And she also like operates House of Yes. It's her baby. She's so creative, an amazing artist. But she was like, okay, we need to push it. What are you going to do? Like, what are really intense, funny things? Like, do you need dumbbells? Do you need, and so we're brainstorming. And I'm like, I had been seeing a lot of these videos on TikTok where girls were smashing watermelons with their thighs. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to give you a watermelon budget so that you can just buy a couple watermelons.
Watermelon budget.
Please, not that I'm good with numbers, but I just want to be in the room when you go to someone to do your taxes and like, this is my
the
watermelon
thing.
budget.
I am upset because I posted a reel of me smashing all of these watermelons because I wanted to get Venmos from it because each watermelon is at least $10.
Yeah,
And
they're expensive.
In New York City,
And I have
especially.
smashed, at this point, I have smashed 18 watermelons since June. So I wanted some Venmos, but no.
Where's your $180? Where is that?
Where is my $180 for smashing all these motherfucking watermelons?
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate watermelons. I love watermelons.
I was
Okay, because I actually don't even really like fruit very much, but watermelon is actually one of the few I do like.
So the rumor that I started that you got into the business because you just wanted to find a way to eliminate watermelons, that's totally not true.
One melon at a time. But sometimes
I think we just found the name of the show, by the way. One melon at a time.
One melon at a time. But like today I was able to eat the watermelon but I haven't been able to eat like while I was doing the act all the time, like the smell, I just couldn't.
Oh yeah.
I was like no, I can't be eating this right now.
Oh, even though, I mean, I like the smell of watermelon, but I guess if you kept doing it and it's like sticky and
sticky.
It's so sticky.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, your thighs are gonna be so sticky.
No, wait. Watermelons have smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have a smell and they're sticky. And I'm thinking about the fact
sticky.
that I'm just thinking to myself, if I was I mean, I've got some pretty bodacious thighs. I'm pretty sure I could squash one, but man, the stickiness and stuff that would be there.
Oh my God,
that.
On the Stuart Pedasso show, Melissa crushes a watermelon with her thighs. You said it. No, you can't brag about shit like that. Don't think we're gonna try it. I will lay tarp down. I got it in the garage.
It's so funny though, like people recognize me now, like at other places. Like I went and I did like a classic burlesque piece, like very like I'm in the feathers, I'm in the corset, like
Love
everything.
that.
And then after the show, this person comes up to me and they're like, I've seen you crush watermelons with your thighs before. And I'm like at this very fancy birthday party. I'm like, yep, that is also me.
I do lots of things.
Oh my God, Ruby. It's like you're reading
adorable.
my all right.
I think it's adorable.
All right. So let me keep going because for a birthday party. So I wanted to ask you I don't mean like in a place with like somebody being creepy. I'm not talking about that, but just in general, what's the weirdest gig you've ever had? Because I see you doing all of these different things in different places on your Instagram. So I'm like, is there something like just to like when I messaged you today to ask if we were still good for today, I was like, who knows? A gig could have came up, right? That's part of the business.
Happen. Yeah. Totally could have happened.
And in my brain went, what if it was like during the day and you had like a corporate gig, like some like JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley hired you to come in and crush a watermelon during their lunch break or something. What's the weirdest gig you've ever had?
Oh God. I definitely think the weirdest one I ever had. Oh man, it was so weird.
You have to say names.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm not saying names.
Is this a traumatic thing? I didn't mean to do that.
No, yeah, maybe it's slightly traumatic.
I'm sorry.
But I'm trying to think for funny, weird gigs. I don't know, man. I've done a lot of really weird gigs.
Well,
sometimes you go to a gig and you think it's going to be cool. And then you're like, one time I was at a gig where I thought we were just supposed to be, it was a hookah bar. I was dancing on top of the bar. Mm-hmm. I did a split. And then the owner was like, stop doing splits. It makes you look like a stripper. I was like, what?
Didn't you hire me?
I was like, I'm a dancer. Everyone could do splits. What's
wrong with you? Weirdo.
Well, back in the day, even I could. Well, wait, depends on what kind of split.
Yeah, I can't do splits. I'm too old.
No, I've had some, usually private parties can be awful.
That was going to be my guess. I was guessing it was probably a private party has been like one of the weirdest ones.
And it wasn't weird because it it wasn't weird. It was okay. So it was weird because it was for this like, I've done like, oh yeah, I'll show up and I'll do like a show and then I'll leave. But this one was they had just opened like a dress shop or something, and they wanted me to use some of the articles of clothing, which didn't match with any of the other outfits I was wearing. But it's fine. So I get there and I'm waiting. They have everyone come from upstairs down to the dress shop. The fluorescent lights are on.
Ew.
The windows are open to the street, and the music was so low. And it's like if the song was 7 minutes, which is a long time.
That is a long fucking song.
Oh, yeah.
So I was just fucking, and it's just weird. It was just so weird because everyone's like, yes. And then some girls are looking at you like, they want to kill you because their boyfriend's looking at you. And then it just depends. But that was definitely the one
That's
of the
weird. I mean, just the fact that they had fluorescent lighting on, like who does that for a show?
I'm still on over to the dress shop part. Like, I don't understand why someone would hire you for a dress shop. That doesn't,
because she's pretty and they probably wanted her to look
cute entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a dress shop, or maybe I'm just not picturing okay. I don't frequent dress shops.
I mean, this sounds like a regular modeling gig to me. I mean, was this basically a regular modeling gig?
But with burlesque.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is different. I mean, that is different.
So I was like doing this burlesque number, but it looked really awkward because I was wearing specific pieces they wanted me to wear. And like,
strange. Yeah, that does sound strange.
I never got to play with the clothing before. So it's just like, here's this dress. And I'm like, this doesn't match anything of what I brought, but here we go. It was just weird. It was weird. I've done some traumatic gigs, weird gigs, but I love my job.
Again, reading on the internet, that seems to be the gist. Is like there's some really weird ass shit, and sometimes there's people out there that don't know how to behave, but generally overall, it seems to be pretty cool. And like you were saying at the beginning, there seems to be a community there that really seems to be supportive.
I do feel very grateful for all of the other performers that I've been able to watch and be inspired by, who also have gone through their own, situations with family and, just life. And it's hard, it's hard waking up or going to work at a really late hour and then coming home so early with the trains. And honestly, I'm so happy that I get to do it with my, my best friend now. Cause that helps so much. I have my own gigs on my own, which are great. I love doing those. I can be, I get to be myself. And then, when we're having our gigs together, it's okay, great. Now we just get to drive home. It's not okay, I have to get on this train after I work my fucking ass off and it's 4 a.m. I'm not going to be home till 6.
Ugh.
It's just better. Everyone finds how it can be less taxing over time.
I mean, basically you work overnights kind of, but getting home at 6, right? I mean, I used to do that too. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't doing what you did, obviously, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I worked at bars, so that would happen with me when you work at bars.
New York's they stay open even later because we're in a hick town kind of thing.
Yeah. And it can become depressing. If you're just, when the first year, I lost so much weight. I was just drinking a lot. I was not taking care of my body. I was getting injured a lot. And then, now that I have a person who's we have to eat breakfast in the morning, we have to eat meals. I feel so much healthier and happier. And it's you have to make those, if you're doing nightlife, it's so easy to get sucked into a really unhealthy frequency.
Well, it's nice that you have a partner with you that's involved with a similar thing where you guys can try to be there for each other. So it's not as, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I haven't done the type of work that you do, but I've worked in nightlife, and I've worked in bars, and I've done, I've worked around a lot of that. And yeah, I mean, if you're there and your partner's not there, it can be awkward and weird. But if you both are doing the same job, then you're like, oh, you get it. Oh, I get it. You get it. You get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
How did you two meet?
Instagram. Yeah.
That's cute. I don't know. That's cute.
I don't know who followed who first, but he was liking all of my stories, and so I just slid into his Instagram.
Fair enough. All right,
That's
hey,
that. Now we're here.
I think it's cute.
Yeah.
I met my wife at a protest. So
You met your wife at a protest. I met my husband at a gay bar.
I love that.
wait, is that really?
No, that is exactly where I met Dan,
Okay.
at a gay bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have I heard this before?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but that's where I met him. He came in with I was working there at the time with my now ex-husband,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and Dan came in
Okay.
with some mutual friends, and I thought he was, even though I was married, but I'm not blind. He was motherfucking hot, and I noticed him.
That's so funny.
I literally have just one more thing on my ridiculous list of notes that are random.
Okay.
And
sure.
it is random, and it's semi self-serving a little bit, because at the very beginning of the show we talked about the newest company we're affiliated with, which was Erica Lost Movies, which you should go check out our links at stuartpedasso.com. But similarly, whatever. On the same vein, we I noticed something that you posted on Instagram a while back, and so I followed up, and I kind of kept it in my head because maybe we would become an affiliate. So I thought I'd ask you, because this is self-serving, and I have it written down. I really haven't done a lot of research on this. Motor Bunny.
Oh,
Well, you posted something, so I went and looked and see, do they do affiliates? And so I just thought I'd ask, like, what do you think about that?
I think they do. I only have worked for them as a model.
Yeah.
But I think they do have affiliates. I know they make a bunch of like different prototypes with different companies. So yeah, I think you should. And what is his name? Is his name Craig? I can't remember, but he's great. You definitely reach out to their Instagram, and someone should respond.
So they're nice people. They're good peeps.
They're really, really nice.
Good peeps. Okay.
I mean, it looked similar to I'm not trying to be insulting anyway. It looks similar to like a Sibian.
Yeah.
Right. Which, if for folks are listening, and we got listeners in places who aren't in the US, and I don't know if Sibian or Motor Bunny distributes in other countries. It's a thing that you tend to sit on, and it makes you feel good.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
With that, all right.
Yeah.
So but they're not. You got to have a little bit of cash.
Yeah. They're I think 900 for the unit.
Yeah, that's an investment kind of. That's
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, I will totally check them out.
Lucky those people get to have something.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't have $900 to spend on something like that, but yay, those people who can.
I'm sure Elon Musk has a whole garage full of motor
he's
bunnies.
So gross. I don't want to even think
about
about it. I don't want to think about that gross guy.
I was trying to make a joke.
I know.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. This was really nice.
Okay,
thank you, Ruby.
Seriously, obviously in our show notes we're going to link to your Instagram, but is there anything else? If somebody else wants to like just find you on Instagram, what would folks do to
find me on Instagram? That's my home base.
It is. It does seem to be,
but I don't. I don't really do TikTok. I just experiment on it. Instagram is the best place to find me.
Okay, very cool. And I'm not going to, well, no, you can look for Ruby Quinn, but it's not spelled that way in terms of the handle. But don't worry, go to stuartpedasso.com. You'll have the link right there. That's all you need. We'll have it in the show notes, and that's the link. You don't even have to try and search for it. We'll make it easy for you like we do. Okay. And of course, while you're there You can listen to Stuart Pedasso Radio. You can listen to all the old shows. And by the way, Melissa, I accidentally thought I had an idea and I looked for it really quick.
Yeah.
I think I might be able to restore all of our old shows.
Jesus.
I know.
That's scary.
It's 14 years worth. I had a little incident earlier or like late last year. I lost my job because of this show.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's a
God.
really long story. I won't get into it.
Yeah.
And so in a mild panic, I took down like 13, 14 years of shows off the internet.
Wow.
But I think I may have found a way. It would be labor intensive. It would be like when I have vacation from school for a week, I might be able to restore it.
Yay.
I'm not promising. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Don't
No,
do it again. Fuck the
you
man.
know, even if, it doesn't, whatever. This has never been a thing about where we're trying to get 1 million listeners and make money. And we like to get together and have some beers and talk about shit. And then talk to people we haven't talked to before, like you, and just kind of
Cool
meet
people.
folks. And yeah. And again, if our tens of listeners go to your Instagram and then eventually see you someday and fold up a paper airplane with a 20 and throw it at you and eat
I love that.
watermelon from your legs, then we've done our job.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure.
I am
You're
so
welcome.
glad you didn't
Thank you.
click exit and run away when I said you went to school with my daughter. I'm so glad you did not do that. I was mildly worried about that, but I'm glad you didn't. And I really appreciate you coming on, and I hope you had a good time, and we're going to publicize whatever. And I'm totally serious. You do anything in any other platform, just fuck it. I'll see it on Instagram. I will.
Exactly. You will.
I will.
Good. Thank
Because you're
you,
there.
guys.
Every time I open my Instagram thing, it's like, boom, there you are. So I will totally throw that out and read whatever. And that's totally cool because I want to do that. Thank you. And,
Thank you, Ruby.
Yeah. And make sure you tell your partner, hey, if your partner wants to come on and talk about some stuff sometime too, we'll totally have him on as well.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, folks, we'll be back next week with Lord knows I have absolutely no idea. I'm still trying to talk our friend Peter into coming on. I really want to see if I can talk him into doing a clone of Willie.
I know. I think you can.
I know. I
I
think
know.
he'll do it.
I think he will too.
Yeah, I will. We had somebody on from Clone of Willie folks a couple weeks ago, and they sent us some kits, and they're awesome people, by the way. They're really cool. So we'll be back next week with Lord knows what, and thanks for tuning in, and ciao. Hans Pafian here. Catch me each week on Bimbo's Brothels and Bottoms. I drive around the country in my shag carpeted van looking for the funkiest, you guessed it, Bimbo's Brothels and Bottoms. Hey, I'll put my dick in anything. From Betty's Boom Boom Room in Billings to Craigslist Kathy in Columbus to your Uncle Peter, who's so far down on the DL, his wife doesn't even know about it yet. Hey, nice job there, Pete. Fist bump. That's Bimbo's Brothels and Bottoms, sponsored by Australian Pimp Lube and only on the Sex Network.